Welcome to this week's edition of the Lowe Down. Once again, we are doing this live. Tim Howard, Stephen Warnock. 5 questions, which means I have to hit the 30 seconds pretty much, because we're live, pretty much. Stephen?
First question, we've just talked about him. You've asked me and Tim about my opinions on him. Will Erik ten Hag last beyond the next international break?
Tough first question.
No. No.
Let's cut 30 seconds off.
That's it. Let's go on the next. The problem is I'm trying to separate what I think should happen from what I think will happen. There are no signs that Manchester United are getting rid of this manager anytime soon, are there? So I should probably say, yeah, he'll be fine till Christmas. But I think that they'll struggle at Villa. Can't see them getting much out of Porto away. The international break could be the death of him. I think he might be done in a couple of weeks.
You could be right.
Wow. Second question. So all we ever talk about is Erling Haaland, best player ever, all that kind of stuff. But Enzo Maresca called Cole Palmer the best player in the Premier League. Do you agree?
I prefer watching Cole Palmer. You know what I mean? I prefer the way he creates, the way he dribbles, the way he attacks everything, the fact that he goal scores and he creates puts wonderful through balls in. He does a lot. He's much more dynamic. He's in the game all the time. I mean, we're not taking anything away from Erling Haaland. He's a beast and a machine, and he's going to win the Golden Boot. But Cole Palmer, it's difficult to look around the Premier League right now and say that Enzo Maresca is wrong.
Agreed.
Yes, best player in the Premier League right now, for me, for sure.
Interesting.
Under time, by the way. Carry on.
What have you learnt about Arsenal in the last 2 weeks?
I think we were talking about this off air yesterday, weren't we? We were sort of saying that every week at the moment feels like a different test for an Arsenal team that are passing it. You know, the game against Manchester City was a different test. They passed it. They almost did even better, but they just about passed it. You know, yesterday against Leicester, to be in the 94th minute, Stephen, and manage to pass it and then get another goal, a different kind of test. They made it difficult for themselves, yes, but it's such a different team, and this is testament to giving a manager time, except Erik ten Hag, because the sort of trajectory that Mikel Arteta has taken this team on is there for all to see, and they're now a completely different team and feeling around that club than a year ago even. Amazing.
Rebecca Lowe.
Yes.
Crystal Palace are just dropped into the bottom 3, winless in 6 games so far. How worried are you?
Don't ask me about
How worried are you?
I'm really worried. I'm really worried. I mean, I didn't think losing Michael Olise was going to have such an effect, and I don't think it is. Something else seems to be wrong. But I also don't understand football, because Palace was so good for that third of the season under Oliver Glasner. We lose Michael Olise, and that's about it. And then terrible. They're just not looking good at all. And by the way, Everton are no great shakes.
No.
And they're 1-0 up. That is so bad. Into the bottom 3, no victory. I mean, it's...
So really worried?
Yes.
Yeah.
Timothy.
Okay, the most difficult question.
Oh, no.
So you guys were all at FanFest in Chicago last week.
Yeah.
You all got the opportunity to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Yeah, this isn't going to be hard. I think I know what you're going to ask me. Yeah.
Who was the best singer out of Tim and the 2 Robbies?
I like the way you just take me away from that, because, of course, I would win that.
Yeah,
so let's just remove me from that. Yeah.
Great question.
Are you talking sort of quality of voice? Because I've got to say...
You go whichever way you want to go.
Needs a very simple answer. There's only one of us here.
I'm going to go with Timbo. And the reason why I am is because Robbie L started very well, but it was more of a shout.
Okay.
Tim didn't receive the microphone until halfway through the song, and it didn't affect him. He wasn't thrown by it. He finished the song beautifully. He came out with a big rallying call afterwards. Musto, I've got no idea where he was. You're welcome, mate.
Brilliant.
That was it. That was this week's edition of The Lowe Down. Don't forget, on the NBC Sports YouTube page, all of our original content every single week. Catch up with what's happening in the Premier League with Premier League Update. The 2 Robbies record their podcast a couple of times a week. That's on there if you want to watch it. And this show, The Lowe Down, as well. Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host of NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And if you want even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock.